Federal and local law enforcement agencies are warning communities about this trendy new street drug that they say is exponentially stronger than fentanyl. We've told you about Nitazene before. It's the synthetic opioid that's been around decades and originally intended as a potential painkiller, but was never approved for medical use because it was too dangerous. Well, now it's popping up on the streets, and the version that agents discovered during a Long Island raid back in August was 100 times stronger than fentanyl. It's the first time the drug has been found on the streets of the American Northeast. NewsNation's Alicia Nieves is live in New York with the details. So, Alicia, when did Nitazene start getting mixed into street drugs, and how is it being used now?
Yeah, good morning, Markie. DEA agents, as you mentioned a moment ago, discovered this deadly and dangerous drug just a few weeks ago here in New York. They discovered it during this drug bust where there were these fake oxycodone pills with this Nitazene compound inside of them that agents had never, to your point, seen before. Authorities believe that cartels in Mexico are smuggling the new pills over the border, but they warn that they may also be being made locally using kind of raw materials sent by Chinese criminal networks. Retired FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffendorfer says Nitazene's popularity is rapidly rising with potentially deadly consequences.
This is a rage that's going to hit just like fentanyl. Why? First of all, it's much more potent, 40 to 100 more percent potent. In addition, it's less expensive. So this is the perfect combination for drug dealers to sell to addicts because they're looking for a greater high at a cheaper price.
Yeah, this is being called a Frankenstein drug, and it comes as synthetic opioid deaths. That's actually been on the decline, right? According to CDC data, there were more than 43,000 synthetic opioid overdoses between March 2024 and March 2025. That's actually down from 76,000 deaths just 2 years prior. But with this drug, it's really important to know one of the things that makes it so deadly and concerning is that it's resistant to Narcan. That is that over-the-counter drug that helps during overdoses, typically when it comes to opioids, and it also isn't yet detected on testing strips, again leading to the elevated concern with this drug being on the streets and how deadly it could potentially be, Markie.
Those numbers that you just listed off are staggering. I mean, terrifyingly potent and just a public health nightmare, yeah. Alicia, where is Nitazene showing up in the U.S. and what's happening to try to get it under control?
Yeah, this is really important here. According to a University of Maryland National Drug Early Warning Detection System, we've seen Nitazene mostly being shown up in the southeastern portion of the country. I think we have a map that shows a little bit of geographically, more visually, how we see this and where we're seeing this right now. Several places in Virginia, South Carolina, and Georgia, counties there too. But of course, as we mentioned a moment ago, here in New York, we've just seen it. It's spreading to other parts of the country as well, as you can kind of see on this map. Late last month, though, there was a bipartisan bill that was introduced. It's called the Nitazene Control Act, and it was introduced in the House, really trying to get around kind of some of the legal loopholes and skirting that's happening with Nitazene being able to be made here in the U.S., Markie. So an important bill to hopefully get passed, go beyond the House, and get this continued bipartisan support.
Yeah.
Markie?
Hard to imagine, wrapping your head around a drug that makes fentanyl look weak. It's terribly frightening. Alicia Nieves, live in New York. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.